Okay guys, we're going to go for a take. Everybody first positions, board in, camera. Camera speed. Sound. Speed. Okay, mark it.
Take 211, take 1.
Set. Action.
Okay, truth or dare? Dare. Okay, I dare you to down all of that drink in one go. Oh, come on. We need to drink it.
So we have this London playwright who, in his arrogance, swans up to this remote Scottish castle, thinking he's going to, change theatre, change the area. Everyone's going to, fall down at his feet. But to the chagrin of his daughter, who he's removed from her mother, her home, all of this, and in uncovering the dark history of the castle, uncovers something very, very dark in himself.
I couldn't help it, Campbell. He knew already. Then a curse be on your footsteps, as you bring service to this household.
There's this kind of strong through line of a theme of ambition versus your own personal life, your own important relationships. So we've got this father-daughter relationship going on, and how far should he push his career and his ego before it starts to really disrupt and ruin his relationship with his daughter. So that's a strong theme for us.
Bea as a character, she is very moody, very angsty, very isolated, but I think you really get the sense that she just is kind of desperate to connect with something.
It's a funny one, really, because I don't believe in the supernatural or anything like that, really. But so we were all staying in the castle whilst we were shooting. So that lent itself to a sort of eeriness, and where we were, I mean, the castle is so remote. It's Freswick Castle is, I mean, it's sort of half an hour from anybody else, and you're going in sometimes to some really quite dark places during the day, and then you might need the loo in the middle of the night, or go down for a glass of water or something, and you're in it. You're in the set that is at times horrific and scary and immobilising, and then you're there back in it. So there were definitely moments where there was an eeriness, and it's no joke that castle is built on a Viking settlement, and that's legit. That's the actual history of the castle. So you go down into the basement and there's the Viking hall, and it will shit you up. Yeah.
I think one night there was a power cut, and I was like brushing my teeth with my torch on my phone, and I was kind of like turned into this horrible monster with this kind of looming shadow, which is sort of what the film is a little bit as well, but I definitely freaked myself out there and had to kind of like quickly get into bed.
There's so little time to decompress between, when you're shooting such long days, that it was hard to sometimes separate, what's the film and what's reality. And I remember waking up one night in my dad's spare bedroom and seeing his suit jacket hanging on the wardrobe and thinking that was Beleth right there and then, and I jumped out of bed and I felt really, really on edge. Back to sleep, get up, carry on. So it does get under your skin at times when you're doing horror movie stuff and you're living in quite a dark place, but especially sort of sleeping and working in the same space. It's an interesting one, that's for sure.
There used to be a whole village over there.
Is that what you're writing about?
Depends.
Depends on what?
On whether I can provide disabled access.
I did some work with Toby and Fionn on a job, and we all just got along so well. I said to Fionn, I've just got this sense that we're going to work together again at some point. I just don't know when. And then some time went on, and we said, whatever. And I was in a show at the Hope Mill Theatre in Manchester, and I invited them along, and they turned up and they came and saw the show, and they said they liked it. They might have been lying, I don't know. But anyway, they said, oh, we've got this project, and we'd like you to have a look at it, and see what you think, and blah blah blah, and we'll set up some meetings. And I was like, oh, cool. And they're like, yeah, it's a feature film, and we kind of, are thinking about you playing the lead in it. And I was like, oh right, yeah, that sounds fucking awesome, yeah, So yeah, that's how I got involved.
The part of Jenny, who is a local girl in the film, we had to have somebody with a local accent from up there for it to be authentic, and there's actually very few actors from up there with the right kind of training and experience and talent who have that accent. So we were lucky that one of Fion's school friends from up there, when he was at school up there, has gone on to become a professional actress and is very good. So she was an obvious person to approach for that character, and absolutely loved the script, because finally she gets to play someone from her hometown, and that was incredibly meaningful for her.
And because we had this sort of shared experience of growing up together and dreaming about working in film and television or whatever, it was great, great vibe, and it was lovely to have, somebody you're kind of friends with, but also a professional relationship there, and she just brought a lot of enthusiasm to the shoot. But casting was essential to us, and we spent a lot of time breaking down lists from Spotlight, auditioning, because we know you can get one bad egg in a film and the whole thing goes down, even if you've got a really good script or it's shot really well. So hopefully, and we're really pleased with the actors, but the chemistry on screen really comes across when people see it, because we didn't just cast people just because they were friends. We had to make sure they're absolutely right for the part.
What is that shit in your office? This place is haunted.
What's that ridiculous?
Well, what's with the paranormal murder inquiry pinned to your fucking wall?
It's just folklore, rumours.
Oh, great. Everyone else is wrong, but you've got it all worked out. Thank God.
This is what happens.
I think with Playhouse, what is so interesting and fun about it is that it encompasses kind of family drama. The relationship between Jack and Bea is really interesting. And then you've also got this kind of supernatural horror like bubbling away at the surface that at the end is really kind of like unleashed. But just in terms of the characters, they go on such a journey, and you see them kind of go through so many tests and different states of emotion, that as an actor it was really drawn to being able to play Bea.
So why the castle? It's kind of a big old place. We're just two people.
My dad's kind of... He writes weird stuff.
What was his last one about? Never watched it. You never watched your dad's play?
So I think...
so this is your kind of main position.
Yes.
You can come to Jenny and then come back.
Yes. But you remember you said about, she says, what about Bea? And that's too much, and he turns around.
Yeah.
Just because I so quickly turned back to watch the play happen and then see. Yeah. Is that alright? Is that alright? Yeah. Could it be?
Put it there.
Yeah, but you wouldn't if my back was
Why?
I did
They do all that.
It's always like, I'm gonna screw you up. No. Please, let's just go.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn back to it, and then as you're doing your one, spicy more, come back to it, and finally.
Yeah. That was really good.
Thanks.
Did you say spicy monologue?
Spicy monologue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fiona and Toby were both brilliant and on hand as well, being able to sort of help guide and make sure that everything was kind of seamless, and talking about options and also, do you know what I have to say? Absolutely brilliant about receiving options as well. You know, with a project like this, where it is so much their vision and baby, and they've been working on it for so long, I think a lot of directors might have told a pesky little actor like me to do one if I said, oh, can I just try this out here or something? And they'd have gone, no way! You know, I wrote this years ago, how dare you? But they were like, yeah, cool, yeah, let's give it a go. And I think, there's a moment I snuck a little bit of Shakespeare in there, and it just worked in the moment, because I thought, well, whatever, Jack was a playwright and he would have this, depth of knowledge, and they were just really open to collaboration and respectful as well of our craft, and we weren't just talking walking props to them, which was nice. Yeah.
Action.
Cut. Yeah.
It's a similar shot, just lower. This is almost Will's point.
Yeah, happy with Hayes.
On set, it was really good actually, because they were kind of taking it in turns to maybe lead different scenes in the directing. But I think together they had a really nice dynamic and seemed to complement each other really well. So you just kind of felt like you were kind of doubly supported, and it was really nice actually being able to chat with them through scenes or about takes, and kind of it would be like a working conversation really, because especially if it's between the three of you, everyone's bringing slightly different things, so it means that you can try out loads of different ways of filming a scene, or if like I had an idea about what B might be doing, they were really up for testing it out. So it was nice because it really felt very collaborative, and it really felt like they knew what they wanted to achieve and they knew what they were doing, but they wanted as well to see what might happen when we were actually up there.
There was a lot of pressure to make such an adventurous and sort of quite a grandiose film in such a short period of time. Yeah, certainly there were moments where I found things very, very tough. Just because of scheduling, there were some days where I didn't have a lot of time to kind of decompress and let go of Jack as a character, and then waking up dead early and shooting again. I almost was in character throughout my sleep, so that took its toll a little bit.
Sound speed.
End board.
End board. Okay. Throw it 3 seconds after my action, okay? 3, 2, 1, action. End board. End board.
End board.
That is brilliant. That was perfect. Well done.
Do you want to film the end
This is
board?
like 50 frames a second.
It's been the culmination of so much work from Toby and Fionn, and it's a really great story. I think that's what drew everyone to working on it, that it's exciting, it's scary, it's touching, and I think what they've done with it, with the filming, is really exciting and something just really entertaining as well to watch.
Yeah, I think it's just finding the people who appreciate, independent film and love, horror thriller movies. And, first thing is that we're pleased with it and we know we've done our best and we really like it. And then after that, it's just finding the fans, people who enjoy that. And if other people, buy popcorn and come and see the film unexpectedly and love it, then that's a total bonus. But the main thing is that we feel it's right and it's the film that we wanted to make. Yeah.
Mm.
That's a wrap.
I'm sure it's
speaking for everyone to say that we're massively grateful to you guys for putting your trust in us, for letting us be part of your vision, and for being part of Playhouse. So here is the slate, which has been signed by everyone except Hannah.
Come on, Julie, get the pictures
Yeah,
and send it to
come on.
Helen. She's not here.
Everyone was scared. Yes, they were.